1300 WIMG and WPHY Channel 25 proudly presents today's topic on Trenton Talks. Today's topic is a program that discusses the topics that are important to you. And now, today's topic.
Oh, good evening, and welcome to today's topic. I'm your host, Miss Donna Wellons, and you are listening to us live on WIMG 1300 on that dial. And if you're streaming, we are 1300.com. And if you so happen to be viewing us on television, we are WPHY. That's Mercer 25. I am so excited this evening because guess what, y'all? Change is in the house. Oh, woo-hoo. Yes, I have some Change Church family members here with me this evening, and I cannot be more excited because there's so many different things going on at Change Church. And not only is there different things going on at Change Church, but we have individuals that are doing amazing things that's coming from Change Church as well. So we are going to dive right into one of those individuals that's changing the world. Our executive pastor, Pastor Ramon Harper. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, but I do want to introduce our other guest that's here.
Celebrity guest.
That's right. Our celebrity guest that's with us, Miss and she's an associate minister at Change as well, Miss Stephanie Carter.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, and welcome.
Thank you, Donna.
So I do want to, I just want to dive in to Ramon Harper because I am too excited about his new book. Now, this is his second book that he's written. The first book was It Was All a Dream.
That's right.
And he can further and tell us, what It Was All a Dream is about. And then his second publication, his solo work, is It Takes Two. So, what should we? Well, tell us about It Was All a Dream. What's that about?
All right. So,
wake us up.
All right. Yeah. So in 2008, me and about 10 other guys started a nonprofit organization called Turning Dreams into Realities, which is a mentor, scholarship, and professional development organization.
Okay.
So we just felt like, where could we be if we would have had professional advice when we were young men coming up? And so all of my guys, they're successful. Some of them are doctors. Some of them are Fortune 500 executives. I think I'm the only pastor in the group. But we just decided, hey, let's give back. We were trying to come up with a way to make money. And I think we met in Chicago planning out. And I was like, let's give away money. So they all looked at me like I was crazy. And
the pastor, y'all.
But they believed in me. They believed in me.
That's
So
right.
we started it. And so one of the things, once we started doing it, we've given out probably about $50,000 in scholarships to young men going to HBCUs. And so we were trying to figure out how do we get our message out more. And so we decided to write the book. So the book, It Was All a Dream, came out in 2016, and 100% of the proceeds go towards a scholarship fund.
Okay. Yeah. So what does the book entail? Does it give advice about how to be successful?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So 11 guys, we were trying to figure out, so what was the key to success for us?
Oh, okay.
And so DREAMS is actually an acronym. So D is discipline, R is relationships, E is execution, A is attitudes, M is motivation, and S is sacrifice. So that has always been, when we talk about dreams, what we mean. But when we thought about writing a book, we went to school in the 90s. So I'm a Tupac, Notorious Big baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's what I grew up listening
about
to.
That Tupac.
Yeah, the golden era hip-hop, So the book, It Was All a Dream, it comes from Juicy. So what you will see in the book is written 11 chapters from 11 different men, but we took a lyric from Juicy and told our story from one lyric out of the rap.
That's very interesting.
So my chapter is called Born Sinner, Opposite of a Winner. So it talks about how I came up in Detroit and it was rough.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so
that's extremely interesting.
But we tell our personal story and we give tips to young people on how to be successful based on our life story. So born center opposite of a winner. I think somebody wrote stereotypes of a black man misunderstood and it's still all good.
Wow.
So every chapter is a lyric out of the song.
Oh, that is, look at Biggie. Y'all get revelation off of Biggie. That's all right. Yeah. Oh, so you know what? I think not only young people could benefit from this, but also anybody that's striving, to be successful.
Anybody that got a dream.
Anybody that got a dream.
Yeah. So that's what I'm all about, man. Helping dreams and visions come to pass.
Yeah, because as I went down your website, I did notice that one of the characteristics that you described yourself as was a dream interpreter.
Yep.
Was a dream interpreter, meaning that you help people interpret their visions and bring to life what their dreams and what their ambitions are. Mm-hmm. So talk to us a little bit about that piece. You helping people unfold their dreams.
Yeah, it was just, I figured out what my purpose was.
Oh,
and so
great.
Younger in life, I just kind of found out, actually through praying and through biblical study, I was trying to find a character that I mostly resembled or related to. And Joseph was a character that I feel mostly like. And so I've always been the type of person as a kid, when people were trying to get in trouble, they would come to me and be like, this is what we getting ready to do. And I'd be like, yeah, don't do it that way. Do it this way. So I was always the one giving advice, giving strategies to people. And so just over the course of time, that's what happened. I'm a dream interpreter. People can have dreams and figure out, they know what they want to do, just don't know how. And so that's where I come into play. So you can tell me, hey, I got a vision for starting this business or this ministry or this career. And some way, somehow, I got a spiritual gift to help people decipher what that means, and this is what you need to do. Because a lot of people see their dreams from A to Z. You see the beginning, you see the end, but you don't see B through Y. And that's where I come in. And that's when, in 2001, I started a consulting company. And that's what we've done. We work with churches, we work with business owners, I manage artists, entertainers. Some people have went on and Grammy nominated. But my job was to come in, what's your dream? And let me help you bring that vision to pass. And
that
so that's
is
what
so.
I do.
That is so it's so major and it's so big. But I think it's an area that's probably neglected because so I'm gonna just personally for myself. Okay, so I'm an artist. I have a gift. I have a talent, but would my first thought would have been to hire or get advice from a consultant to unfold it or to make? Probably not. I probably say, I got this. I can do this. Because you're thinking you're talented, you're drawing to people, and you just know how automatically, like it's natural. But I mean, okay, so. After being out here for a while, you realize you need help.
And Stephanie's here with me, and she got a major thing that she's getting ready to kick off. And we was talking a couple of weeks ago about what she's getting ready to do. And she was like, you know what, Ron, we need to sit down. We need to sit down and talk. I need you to help me strategically do what I do. Because a lot of times, even like me who help other people, it's hard to help myself, though.
Okay.
So even people who have great dreams and ideas, it's like it's easy to figure out how to help somebody else. But when it's your thing, like I got a publicist called Nikki Woods, and she was the executive producer for the Tom Jordan Morning Show. Okay. So she's been doing all of my media stuff, all of my interviews, television. She helped my new book reach number 5 on Amazon. And so, but I needed somebody else to help tell my story.
You needed number 2.
I needed number 2.
You need number 2. And that's getting into your second book, It Takes Two. So I'm gathering that all of this experience that you've had with helping people interpret their dreams and developing these strategies, et cetera, it must be that wealth of knowledge must be in this book.
Yeah, that was the whole purpose of it. It's my experience, but not just mine. I've always studied people because a lot of people are infatuated with the person on the stage.
Right.
But me as a kid growing up in Detroit, I used to go to concerts and shows, and while everybody was screaming for Prince and Michael Jackson and whoever show I was at.
Right.
'Cause my stepfather, he was a disc jockey, and so he would get us in all the shows in Detroit. And so that's Motown. I would go to the show, and I'd be like, who counting the money? Like,
I know that's right.
Like, who putting on the production? Because I would see this
got the
amazing
bag?
show, and of course you see the person on the microphone, but I'm looking at all these other people who are doing stuff, and sometimes, especially, I mean, you sing, you know, in the artistry, most time the artist not the one getting the most money.
Not getting the most money.
They are getting paid. They are out front, but it's the manager, it's the songwriter, it's the producer, it's the tour manager, it's the legal, it's everybody else that's doing something. So I always was just infatuated about that. I didn't want the stage like that. I don't need the microphone. I want to see the whole thing come to pass. And so in the book, I talk about from sports. I talk about Michael Jordan. They say he's the greatest player ever.
Right.
He never won the championship until Scottie Pippen came along.
Until Scottie Pippen came along.
He never won. As great as he was, he needed a two-man.
He needed a two-man.
He needed a two-man.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody talks about Martin Luther King Jr., but no one talks about Dr. Ralph Abernathy, who was his right-hand man. When a lot of times when Dr. King didn't want to do it, Ralph would be the one, you can do it.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
You got to show up. Come on, Martin. Don't quit.
Yeah.
So it's people like that. Steve Jobs. There's a person called Steve Wozniak, who was his right-hand man, who was the COO of the company.
Right.
You know, Bill Gates, but it's Paul Allen, who was his two-man. Oprah even got Gail.
Yep. I know that's right.
You know, so I can go, and so in the book, I can go anywhere.
You can go,
man,
right.
There's Batman and there's Robin.
It's Batman and Robin.
It's Tom and it's Jerry.
It's Tom and Jerry. Come on now.
So yeah, so that's kind of the concept. I just looked at great leaders and saw no great leader could lead by themselves. They needed help.
I can't help but go here because we are in Christ, and I mean, in my experience in church, I haven't had a whole lot of experience in churches. I've had 2 or 3, you know. But I mean, visiting, and you get a sense of church, period.
Right,
okay, you get a sense of it. How important is this for church leaders? How important is this for a church leader to have that number 2 person? And what would you describe the number 2 person in the church venue? What would you describe that position? How would you what do they look like?
Yeah, so for me, and Stephanie can speak on this, because Stephanie is a 2-man. You know, she's been a 2-man. When her and her brother started Kingdom Church, she was a 2-man or a 3-woman or however you want to call it. Shamika was 2, she was 3, whatever it was.
Right.
But as great as Pastor Darius is, he can't do it all by himself.
He can't do it by himself.
And so my role as an executive pastor is to relieve him of a lot of the duties that he would normally have to do that he doesn't have to do.
Right.
So my job with him is to make sure none of his words fall to the ground.
Okay.
So when he comes and he say, okay, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're getting ready to talk about this Change Our Us. That's a vision that he has.
Right.
But once he casts the vision, he can go on to something else because he know he has me and he has Stephanie to help execute that. And so I think in a church setting, a lot of times for preachers, well, we all preachers in here, but it's like you only thought that you could, like the only role was the lead pastor.
Right.
And there's other ways to pastor. Man, she pastors in the worship department.
In the worship,
you pastored through drama ministry. You've ministered different ways, and I think the traditional church is like it's only one
one way.
It's only one mic. Whereas I'm arguing that, man, everybody is important.
Everybody
has a role to play. I don't do it like Darius, but I do it like me. And he benefits when he let me do me.
All right.
He benefits.
Okay, so the number 1, for sake of title, the number 1 benefits from the number 2 being able to be free to do them and walk in their gift.
Yeah, you said something when we was outside, and you were saying how they can make you feel like, well you need to sit down and you're doing too much, or you're doing whatever. But I think that's an unhealthy leader.
Right.
An unhealthy leader, like, to try to control Stephanie. If she's here to help me, and I know she can lead worship, she's great with administration, she's great with motivating people, why would I try to stifle that? when at the end of the day, we're on the same team. So if she can motivate people and I don't have to spend the time doing it, then I want her to motivate people. If she can help develop families and teach people about families, then I need to let her do that.
We're raining on a dry land here, Lord. Jesus. We're raining on a dry land. Well, we do have 1 minute before we're going to go to break. See how fast?
Yeah.
And when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie's been sitting nice as a two. She's been sitting there.
This is what I do.
I don't even know if I could be sitting there that quiet. Oh God! So when we come back, though, we're definitely going to hear from Stephanie, and we are definitely going to hear about this Change R.E.A.C.H toy store that we are extremely excited about, and that we are trying to use to change the world. All right, and we'll be right back.
Happy holidays, everybody. It's Trust by Tony and Keisha. Let us be the inspiration for your Christmas shopping this year. There's so many amazing gifts to choose from for your apparel and accessory needs. Encourage someone, inspire someone, and give love this holiday season. Check out Trust by Tony and Keisha at trusttk.com and let us be your choice for a great gift this year.
Need a truck to move? Let Justin's Rental of Selman's BP save the day. Justin's has the right trucks for all commercial and residential moves. Justin's has the moving supplies and boxes available. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP has everything you need for your move at affordable prices, featuring the best in pickup trucks, 10 and 15-foot box trucks and vans. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP is located at 2596 South Broad Street, across from the McDonald's in Hamilton. For your rental truck needs, call 609-888-3327. That's 609-888-3327. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP. If you are moving, we have the trucks to meet your moving needs.
Here today in today's topic, and yes, I am your host, Miss Donna Wellons, and I'm here with my Change Church family, and we're just having a good old time.
That's right.
We're not only digging in, and I'm not only interviewing, but we're conversating, and I'm saying he's like raining on some dry land, not only out there but here too. Like, we're just hoping that God just get an increase, right? Come on, God, get an increase. We need some toys. Now let's talk about toys for Trenton, by the way.
That's right.
So let's talk, Stephanie, about what's going on at Change Church as far as this toy store that I'm hearing about.
Yes, so Change R.E.A.C.H is coming to Trenton and our West Hampton location.
That's right.
So December 22nd, we're so excited to really be able to serve the community through the Change Church toy store.
Okay.
It's going to be major. So again, December 22nd, it starts at 10 a.m., and we are transforming our sanctuary. Transforming. Let me say that again. We're transforming our sanctuary, both of them, yes. Trenton and West Hampton, into toy stores.
Toy stores.
We are looking forward to serving this community. Again, it's going to be at both campuses. And the goal, the vision behind this, and Ramon, I think you would amen this as well, was to really be able to provide relief to families within the communities that we serve during this holiday season. A lot of times, you know, parents, I know personally, we can go into overdrive mode trying to make sure that we give our children the best. And sometimes with the best intentions, we can't necessarily reach it.
Right.
And so our goal is to really reach into the community and serve these families. And so we're looking forward we want as many families as we can get on December 22nd to flood 200 Ludlow Drive. And come and get these toys.
And come and get these toys.
Come get these toys for these babies.
Come and get these toys. But also, in addition to that, I mean, some of you may be in a position where they can give some toys.
Listen, come on, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about giving.
Help us.
You
can
help
help
us.
Listen, they got rid of Jeffrey. Y'all know who Jeffrey is?
You
know who Jeffrey is? You know who Jeffrey is?
I know Jeffrey. I think I know who Jeffrey is.
The giraffe. They got rid of Toys R Us, so we reinvented. We got to change R.E.A.C.H. Listen, but no, we need help though.
Yes,
so Stephanie just talked about what we're doing. We're trying to serve over 1,000 kids that's in need. We partner with Merrill Lynch. They've come on board as a title sponsor. They're blessing about 130 kids. They'll have their own aisle inside the toy store. But we need business owners. We need people to donate toys. City of Trenton, hey, man, we need y'all. If y'all can gather some toys, some new toys, bring them, drop them off, we'll wrap them, but we go fill the whole sanctuary. It's going to be like a toy store. You can go down this aisle, and it's bikes, and this aisle is Barbie dolls, and this aisle is action figures. And so
if anybody witnessed the one that was held at the War Memorial Building, we transformed that room into a toy store.
That's right.
It was a toy store, and we served. I was amazed. I was amazed at.
And you was cute too. You had
thank you. Thank you. I thought I was going to have to say it myself. Okay. Yes. Mrs. Claus is going to be in the house. Yes. Mrs. Claus will definitely be there greeting your children. I mean, taking pictures, whatever you need us to do to make that Christmas come true. Yeah, we're here for you. We are here to service our community, Trenton and West Hampton.
Yes. Right. So listen, we made it easy too, man. If y'all watch me on my Facebook Live, y'all can help. You can go to lifechange.org. We've already created a gift registry.
Okay.
So you can go to our website, lifechange.org, click on events. You'll see the Change Our Us graphic, and we have a partnership with Walmart, Target, and we have gift registries. So there's certain things that you can go and say, okay, well, I'll get these. I'll get action figures. I'll get the baby dolls or whatever. And you can have it shipped to the church right there from the website.
Okay.
Or if you buy them, you can bring them to our church.
Right.
Man, we got bins set up in the foyer. You can drop them off. Our team is going to wrap them. We go serve the community. Or if you got toys, wherever you at, we'll come get them. Man, we'll come pick them up. We'll come pick them up.
Personally, I'll pick them up. I'll help pick up.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I think that registry is that's a clever idea, because sometimes you can just get a whole lot of one thing.
Right.
So this will be able to serve a variety of children, right?
Yeah.
And with a variety of different things, all ages, right? All ages.
1 to 13.
1 to 13. Okay, we're doing 1 to 13. 1 to 13.
And this is just what we are. You know, our pastors, Darius and Shamika, man, they have a vision not to just be a church in the city, but a church for the city.
Yeah.
Amen.
So when we do outreach like this, we got in a school that we adopted in Trenton, Robbins Elementary.
Okay.
So we're making sure all those kids get a chance to come and shop. And so it's free.
It's
free.
Can't
beat free.
You can't be free. You can't be free. I mean, when you really think about it, and I don't want to damper it by putting God in it, but this is what Christmas is about, right?
Yeah, that's
Giving.
right.
This
That's
is
right.
what this is. So, hey, we want to be that church that looks like Christ, right? And we want to be that church to give. So please, 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 please help us. We need all the help. LifeChange.org.
Yep.
Life Change, and it's for Trenton. We're doing this as toys for Trenton.
That's
okay,
right.
so we're giving back to the community. It's not like we gonna take the toys, right?
No.
No. So yeah, we're gonna actually we're inviting everyone now. We're inviting everyone out now. It's free.
All you got to do is show up.
All you gotta do is show up.
December 22nd. Show up, and we're gonna make sure those kids get some toys.
So, I during the break, I did hear that Stephanie, you had some things going on. I hate to. Do you want to just share quickly? Just share quickly.
Sure.
What you have going on?
Yeah. So, my husband and I have a business. We have it's called Carter Coaching and Consulting, and our goal with that is to really work with individuals and couples who have what we like to call unique families. So my husband and I have both gone through divorces. We remarried, and we both brought children into the marriage from previous relationships. And the blending process, I like to say blending is for grown folks, right?
It gotta be.
It is not easy. And I think that there are even when you think about the traditional premarital counseling, there's an aspect of it that is missing when it comes to people who come into a relationship with children from previous relationships.
Right.
And so my husband and I are looking to fill that gap. We want to provide people with tools and resources so that blending is hard, but we want to make it easier.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is another dry land that needs to be rained on here.
Listen,
a whole nother show about that.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
yes,
baby mama drama and baby daddy drama. It's a real thing.
It's so super real.
I'm there. I understand.
I mean, it's real. I mean, and especially in our community. I mean, blended families been going on in our community forever.
Here's a statistic for you, though, Donna. Seriously, my husband and I researched this just last week. Today, 80% of homes are blended family homes. So 8 out of every 10 family is a blended family home.
It's a blended family.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That it's real. It's real. And so I could imagine the chaos and discord and all that may come with that. So, see, God, isn't he amazing? He's so proactive. He's so proactive to put it on your heart to service people in this predicament.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's from
Thank
us
you, Lord.
busting our heads and doing it wrong and then getting it right.
Right. Yeah. So we can learn off of your bruises.
Absolutely. Listen, we've already paid the cost, so go ahead and just reap the benefit of our experience.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay. That is so. This whole show has been very, very, very good. Yeah. Very, very, very
just
good.
Unpack. We just gave you about 2 or 3 more shows. Right here, we can come back to me. We can talk about mentoring. We can talk about It Takes Two, because we didn't even dive into that. We can talk about blended families.
We got a lot going on. We have to change the world.
Because I read the It Takes Two book from the blended family perspective. I did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I took that information and I applied it to my life as a wife, as a mom, as a stepmom, and figured out how to make it work for us.
That's right. Because you're a 2-man.
I'm a 2-man.
You're a 2-man.
In my family, I'm a 2-man.
Okay, so just give me a brief description of what a 2-man looks like as a wife. Because I mean, I want to be a wife one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not even I want to. I'm gonna be. Yeah. I'm gonna be a wife, and at this age, it's probably gonna be a blended.
That's all right.
So what does that look like?
Yeah.
Tell me.
In my role as a wife, my husband is he's the priest, provider, and protector of our home. I learned that from Ramon a long time ago.
Okay.
And so my role is to really lead along with him and support the vision as he lays it out. So not usurp, but to really undergird what he says, right? So if it's, I want whatever he says, I come alongside and I support that vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But she leads from that position.
I lead from that
that's
position.
the difference.
Okay.
People don't understand when I'm saying a 2-man, 3. No, I lead too.
Right.
So just because I'm
Right.
not in the one seat doesn't
Right.
mean I don't lead. I'm not valuable. I don't have something
All right,
to contribute.
I understand what you're saying, and it's clicking, but give me a picture of that. Like when you say I'm a 2, but I lead in that. I understand what you're saying, but what are you saying? If you know what I'm saying, give me an example.
Quick in sports. So I talk about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Right.
So Michael Jordan, greatest of all time.
Right.
But he could not take his team to a championship until Scottie Pippen, his 2-man, came along. Now, if you ask the team who was the one who was motivating them and inspiring them, it wasn't Jordan. They listened to Pippen.
Okay.
Because Jordan was rough. He was, come on, let's get it. No nonsense.
Okay.
But Pippen would take what Jordan said and be like, all right, y'all, come on now. What he meant was, do this, do that.
Okay,
so the team saw Pippen as a leader the team in a different way.
In a different way.
And so he was comfortable. He didn't have to be the one to take the final shot, but he would be the one to go encourage the team and say, oh, come on, y'all, let's make it happen.
He led in the way and in his personality in the way that he could lead.
Right.
In his gift of leading.
Exactly.
To get the job done.
Exactly.
To get the job done.
The Jordans of the world, the pastors of the world, the CEOs, they have to be healthy enough to value the number 2.
Yeah.
Because if you're not healthy enough, you can be insecure and think the 2 trying to take over when the 2 is just trying to help you win.
Yep.
It's
so interesting because even from a practical perspective as it relates to family. So, for example, our oldest daughter asked to go to a party. Dad said, absolutely not. Right?
Right.
And so now I come in as a 2-man because Dad said it rough. I come in as a 2-man and say, listen, your father said no, but here's why he said no.
Okay.
And he's trying to protect you. So I lead. I don't usurp the authority. I don't change the answer, but I lay it out in a
better way, in a way that
that's more palatable.
That she can eat it. Like, okay, all right, well, yeah, all right, all right.
But it's so many ways. I mean, if we were talking about church, I think we were talking about it earlier. It's like, okay, so let's say Darius Daniel, he's the number 1. He's the senior leader. He's the founder of the church. I'm an executive pastor. I have certain responsibilities that I do. Stephanie is a minister. She can teach, she can sing, she can lead, she can do a whole bunch of stuff. You're an associate minister there. You can do different stuff. And so whether you're the 2, the 3, the number 4, the number 1 has to value the people that's helping you do it. And
that's
don't
so
try
important.
to shut them up. Don't try to shrink them down. Don't try to devalue them.
That is
let
so
them
important.
shine because we all
that is
win.
so important. It's so important. And as I think about, I mean, at work.
Yeah.
If the boss doesn't value her people, the morale just and you don't get the best out of it. Okay, so like in marriage, if he doesn't value you as the wife,
right,
and then finally, as a pastor, if he doesn't value in his people, then we've seen it.
Yeah.
Then there's no church. Ain't nobody having church.
That's right. Or that pastor's doing everything.
He's doing too much.
He had all the hospitals. He's changing the tiles on the roof. He's doing everything. Cutting the grass.
He's wearing himself out.
Yeah, he's wearing himself out. If he can just say, man, I
need help.
I need help.
Right, I need help. Okay, well, we're about to wrap this up, and this was a great interview. I thanks for coming.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys helping, assisting me here because I'm trying to change the world in this little in my capacity, right?
Yes.
And I appreciate help getting your words out there so you guys can help change the world. We got all this going on.
Right.
It's so much meat at change. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Y'all need to come.
Yeah, y'all need to come check out Change. Come check us out on Sundays. We got 4 services, right? We got 2 in West Hampton at 8 and 10:30. We got 2 in Ewing at 9 and 12 o'clock. Where my 12 o'clock?
And Orlando starting in January.
And
we got a family in Los Angeles, California too.
Okay, so we are out changing the world, and we hope that that you hear it in us that we want you to be out there changing the world as well. Remember, December the 22nd at West Hampton campus and at UN campus, we are having a Change R Us toy store.
10 a.m.
All is invited. 10 a.m. Come on out. So with that being said, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having
and with
us.
that, good night, y'all. Have a great, great, great night. Have an awesome, awesome night.
Peace.
Thank y'all.
Welcome to the second part of today's topic. I am your host, Veenie Standbury. I did start off laughing because my guest across from me just is a mess. So we're going to talk about all of his messiness in a minute, okay? But you're watching on WPHY, and you're listening to the 3 times going for 4 Stellar Award-winning station and a 1-time Praise Award-winning station. That's us, 1300 WIMG. Well, I told you, the person across from me is a mess. And his name is Jacque Howard. So y'all already knew when I said mess, I knew everybody said she interviewing Jacque. That's because they knew it. They knew it. I opened up the mic laughing, so they knew better. Hi, Jacque.
Hello, Veenie. Sorry.
Say that hello again. No. Wait, I got it. Wait. Let me get my... I want the camera to see me get together. All right. Hello, Jacque. How are you?
Hello, Veenie.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to say it every time that we're on the air together. We need to do a show. We need to do a show, you and I. Preferably one of those satellite ones so we don't have to be in the same room.
You can't handle all that shine.
You are right.
I know. Right. It's okay. Because your head glistens everything. Like the baldness of your head captures the essence of everything in the room.
And you know what? It's shining. But you know what I saw over the weekend?
What?
That there's this guy I think he's out of Brooklyn. He's called Wade the Barber. So what he's doing is he's doing natural hair wigs for men.
Please don't.
No, I will never. I will do never. But I'd love to chat with Wade because I saw the video clip and he's doing box fades.
I seen it too.
He's doing locks. And I'm thinking, I could probably look like Vaughn.
Not. Because Vaughn is handsome. And so you can't do that. And he's young. So, boom, 2 things you are not. So you won't look like your intern Vaughn. Sorry.
So if we go to commercial break and Veenie's not here... Y'all know what happened.
Okay. Well, Jacque, you have lots going on. All right. And so I won't dog you out for the whole entire time.
Okay.
Because you really are, I want to say, a man on the move. Trenton 365, when you first told me about it, I'm like, what is Jacque getting ready to do? That's how I said it. I'm saying, there's no way he's going to be able to do what he's thinking, which is encompass everything around the arts and have like a 211 for it, because that's what it is, an informational number for everything about the arts. And then with the narrow mind that I had, and I'm being honest, I'm like, and who wants to hear about paint art all the time? Then you opened up my horizons, which is, shut up, get your life. Don't make me sing my hit single to you. And you made me understand that arts was just not canvas art. And that you were talking about music, you were talking about spoken word, you were even talking about the art of teaching, the art of educating. And I'm like, the art of politics. And I sat back and said, who knew under that shiny head he had a brain?
I love it.
And here you are 3 years later, 6 years later. I had to do the math.
And you didn't even do that well.
There you have it. So you didn't teach me the art of math. That's why I couldn't get it together.
We can work on that.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, I mean, and that's true. And I think, to be honest with you, Veenie, WIMG was part of that awakening for me and that understanding of, you know, who I was as a person many years ago, but providing me an outlet. So kudos to you and the crew here for welcoming with open arms and guiding me, you know, into this radio TV world. And when I would like to tell this story, that when I was in elementary school, or middle school, we would have a one-time-a-year conversation with a guidance counselor. And I had a guidance counselor, a male, who obviously had no idea who I was, couldn't pronounce my name. And in this brief meeting, he gave me a piece of paper and said, okay, you have to pick something off this piece of paper, and that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And I'm 14, 15 years old. There's something I want to do for the rest of my life, but it's got nothing to do with what's on that paper. You know what I'm saying? And it was very elementary occupations, very gender specific. It was probably like carpenter, construction worker, doctor, banker, those kinds of things. And I had no idea what I was doing, and it didn't dawn on me until I was much older that stifled me as a human being. And I think about how many thousands of people, probably tens of thousands of people, who got that same speech, and it messed them up. Because the reality is that our world and our lives are what we make them. And so I'm on this mission to make sure that instead of trying to restrict people from doing things, that I can help edify them so that their God-given talents, their natural spirit, that they can be encouraged to do that. Because if they're doing that, they're going to be better people, in my opinion. They're going to be happier people. And if they're happier, then I don't think that happy people go and shoot up buildings. I don't think happy people put their hands on each other. I don't think happy people steal from each other. So that's one of my missions.
Okay. Happy people do put their hands on each other, though.
Watch your mouth now. Look,
they give hugs.
Oh, listen to you.
They give loves and kisses.
Yeah, they do.
But I do get the gesture. Like, that's good. And when you first came, we had 3 minutes already, but when you first got here and was telling us the vision, I looked at Maggie, and Maggie said, "Let it rock." And I'm like, okay. She said, "Let's see what he does." And then you ended up on TV, because at first your hour was after Trenton Talks. Mm-hmm. And then you became inclusive, which was amazing because they asked for you. Mm-hmm. When they said, we want 3 hours, but we want that third hour to be Jacque. Mm-hmm. I said, why? Like that. Why would you do that? His head is big enough. And what she said was, after she giggled, and she said, I like how his show encompassed a lot of stuff, but it's the art of what it is. Mm. And then I say, yes. So you was hosting the politicals, and people called me, and like, you work here. I said, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm responsible for the great job he did. Oh, 100%. Yes, give me the credit. But they said he represented Trenton 365 and WIMG very well. And that made me smile, because when people hear Trenton 365, they also think of WIMG. Mm-hmm. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, so I come from a large family, so it was always this level of respect and making sure that you paid homage and respect to those who paved the way for you. And I wouldn't be doing this probably if it wasn't for WIMG, and specifically you asking me to be on the show. And also the Isles organization for asking me to come onto the program to talk about Spirit Walk. So, I mean, regardless of what anyone feels about anyone or organizations, that's what the facts are. The facts are that, because I was a board member at Isles, and Pastor Karen Hernandez-Granson asked me to come on and be interviewed, and that you said, hey, would you like to host a program here at WIMG? If none of those things happened, I wouldn't be here today.
Well, to God be the glory.
Yeah, what up?
You have about 2 minutes. So if someone wants to get in touch with you to be on Trenton 365 or to have you come, you are an excellent host, and you are a great moderator. So if they want you to do these things, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure. Yeah, I'm always available by email. It's Trenton365show@gmail.com, and it's the numbers 365. You can also just go to the website Trenton365.com and leave an email there, or you can even call me 609-433-0489. I will not answer the phone on Sunday, but if you call me during the week, Monday through Saturday, I will get to you, and I may send you a text message and say, hey, I'll call you back, but you can call me as well, 609-433-0489.
All right. When we come back from break, I want to talk about how you like to collaborate things, especially you may not know a lot about it, but you know how to put people together that know. All right, so we're going to talk about your collaboration and why you do it. And then we want to talk about the season of Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Great. Thank you.
When we come back, you've been listening to the 3-time Stellar Award-winning station, working on number 4, and a 1-time Praise Award-winning station, and you're watching WPHY. I'm your host, Veenie Standbury. My guest is Jacque Howard.
I'm not much of a dancer. Never have been. Not at weddings, not at concerts, not even when my favorite song is on the radio. But there's something about seeing exactly what I ordered arrive at my facility's door the day after I ordered it. That gets my foot a-tapping. That's why I love Grainger. With 99% of in-stock items shipping the same day they're ordered, they get us what we need when we need it. Which means we keep moving and I keep grooving. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Vikings have arrived at the Franklin Institute. Explore hundreds of archaeological discoveries and rare treasures, plus dramatic ship reconstructions and interactive experiences designed to go beyond the legend and reveal who these explorers were and why Vikings will forever capture the imaginations of all. Vikings, Beyond the Legend, now open through March 3rd at the Franklin Institute. Order your tickets today at fi.edu.
Trenton Talks. Today's topic. I am your host, Veenie Standbury. I'm so glad that y'all really cannot hear what happens when the camera is just on us and the audio is doing commercials. I'm so glad. And a big shout out to Steven, who I'm going to need to yell at his mother, give her a call and let her know what he just did to me, because I am hurting. But big shout out to Steven and all of the people in the background. I am your host, Veenie Standbury, and this is why the outtakes could be so funny, because of the stuff. Across from me is Jacque Howard, and I'm getting ready to get serious. You let that one eyebrow up. I didn't know you knew how to do that.
I don't really. Probably just happened. I just probably saw your face and something happened.
Oh, because, this is some good stuff to look at. So thank you very much. Let's talk about collaborations. How do I go into that? You don't know how to skate, but yet you bring a lot of people together to do skating. And I love looking at your pictures, seeing all the little, and I'm not being smart to all of my Caucasian watchers. I love it because skating really did originate. Well, I didn't think that there were young brown people, and I'm not even saying just black, like Hispanic. I didn't know that skaters were brown. All the skaters that I knew of that were big and the BMX bike riders, they were all Caucasian and skinny. So to see all these brown children out there and skating and enjoying, the big guy who is a phenomenal skater who's made plenty of money. He is an African-American young man. I can't think of his name right now.
Where?
Okay. It amazed me because I didn't know. But you, again, did a collaboration, and you brought skaters to come together, and now they're looking at doing a skate park.
Yeah, sure. So I don't know if I want to say that this is a collaboration. This is more of a vision that I had.
Oh, well, excuse me.
And I say that because I think oftentimes when people think about collaborations, they think, maybe a handful of people coming together to make something happen. I'll say that It was an initiative that I started and partnered with a long-term friend, Mark Leckington, who used to work for the city of Trenton, who's been a skateboarder for as long as I can remember. We grew up together. And then from there, with my experience as a community organizer, I said, you know what, this is a natural opportunity for us to do something amazing here in Trenton. And so I started doing some grassroots organizing, meeting with some folks, and started bringing people together. And now we have a bit of a collective called the Friends of Amtico Square. And the Friends of Amtico Square are working to have an outdoor skate park. And then once the buzz started happening, people started hearing what's going on, with the potentiality of a skate park. There's a nonprofit organization that recently started here in Trenton called Freedom Skate Park, which is an indoor site. The person who started that contacted me, and we just said, hey, look, let's try to figure out how we can not necessarily, well, I guess partner is a good word, but I don't want people to get the impression that this is a nonprofit that I'm working with and that I'm starting. Friends of Amtico Square is really a group of people who want to see a skate park happen outside in the city of Trenton, and Freedom is an indoor skate park, and we happen to have 2 local skateboard manufacturers, Old School Skateboards and Grey Colt Skateboards. Shout out to Roy and Scott of Grey Colt and John of Old School Skateboards. And now we just got a bunch of momentum that's happening. We meet every Saturday, weather permitting, at the Sunny Vereen Park in the East Trenton neighborhood, and we have an open skate jam from 10 to 12, and we have free skateboards for the children to use. The young adults and the children who are using them for free are doing some amazing things, making some great progress. And we've got a few other events that are happening with that as well, but the best way to find out is go to the Facebook page, Capital City Rollers, all things human powered with wheels. There you can see the schedules, you can see lots of pictures. You can also find out what's happening with the biking and skating culture here in Trenton.
Okay, that was a lot. And I want to tap into
That's what I do.
I get the rapper coming out, so let's go into entertainment, because you just decided to rap, not. But let's go right into entertainment, because you are everywhere for someone who can't play or sing.
Yeah, you're right. This region, and I'd like to tell folks that this is truly where America was born. So there's this revolutionary mentality, this creativity that's in the soil from people who shed blood here, etc. George Washington became George Washington on the streets of Trenton. And folks who don't know the history, I encourage you to find that out. He was running from never winning a battle, and he was about to lose his troops when he went across the river into Pennsylvania, and then on that Christmas Eve night came down for the first Battle of Trenton, won the second Battle of Trenton, then marched his way up into Princeton for the Battle of Princeton, and that started him on this amazing trek. But without getting too much detail of history, at that point, we have to think about the creativity that's here. Trenton has always been a diverse place where there were free and slaved people of brown skin, but also of white skin or Caucasian skin. Eastern Europeans were here, Germans, British, Native Americans as well. All of that was always here. So it makes sense for us to think about that and how when you start bringing groups of people together, how naturally you get this creativity that comes about. Now, as far as entertainment goes, Trenton was a mecca. It was part of the Chitlin circuit. James Brown, Liberace, they all performed here. So it only makes sense for us to really think about that going forward when we think about the creative talent that's here right now. On any given night here in Trenton, you can find funk with Instant Funk. You can find jazz over at Candlelight Lounge. You can find rock, punk, rap, and ska happening at Champs and over at Mill Hill Saloon and Trenton Social. And then we've got production studios here like Exit 7A and what Black Collar Biz is doing. All of this is right here. So it only behooves me and others who are in the media to start paying attention to what's happening with the entertainment scene and start recognizing that and getting behind these artists and supporting them. I recently got a message that the Rolling Stones, who I've wanted to see live for many, many years, but I just can't afford it. I heard tickets are $1,000.
Yeah, they're expensive.
You know how many shows locally I can go to for $1,000 in 1 year? And how many artists' lives I can potentially change or help if I'm buying their music, buying their merchandise, and supporting them going forward?
And just as good as the Rolling Stones. I'm going to say it. You don't have to, because the Rolling Stones is one of your faves. But I honestly, I'm not huge in punk rock, but I am huge in R&B. I am huge in gospel and old school rap. But I have learned that, and poetry. I can listen to some people, and so they might not be Maya Angelou with the name, but their talent level is phenomenal.
Yeah, and I want to jump in with that because that goes back to goes back to the idea of collaboration and support and bringing people together. A lot of times you just need the exposure. So, for example, the Trenton 365 show, when I first started it, until someone said to me, hey, why don't you put it up as a podcast, I wouldn't have never known to do that. But then it progressed into some other things, and then now I've got people all over the country and all over the world who are looking to hear more about what's going on.
Civic engagement.
Sure.
Talk to me.
Yeah, so big shout out. There's a book, Obituary for Hometown, that has been on my mind for several months now. It's the title is Obituary for a Hometown, Urban Renewal in Trenton, New Jersey by Judith Fiorella Kosovars. And I'm hosting an event with Mercer Street Friends December 19th at the Conservatory Mansion. We're going to have a bit of a book discussion, and we're going to talk about economic development, real estate here historically in Trenton, and redlining, which is a permanent exhibit that's there in Trenton at the Conservatory Mansion. So, folks, I encourage you to check that out. Hit me up, send me an email, trenton365show@gmail.com.
In about a minute and a half, I want you to take a minute to talk about nutrition, because you are up there at the age now. You are you are up there.
Got you.
Talk to me about it.
So I'll be 50 on December 12th, and one of the things that I started to do last year about this time was thinking about what I'm going to look like going forward. So what I am doing is devising an exercise and fitness plan is something that I can do sustaining for the rest of my life. I mean, there's a lot of different programs out there that are 90 days, 100 days, or whatever, but that stuff's not sustainable. I don't want to have to say I can never eat pasta, or right. I can never have a soda, or I can't have a candy bar. So I think that a lot of it has to do with just taking your time, looking at things in moderation, drinking a lot of water, trying to be as educated as possible about what you put in your body.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for us.
All right.
30 minutes went fast. You have been listening to today's topic. I was your host, Veenie Standbury. You're watching on WPHY, and you're listening to WIMG. Have a blessed night.
Can we get a quick picture of me?
Today's topic on Trenton Talks is a program that deals with the topics that are important to you. Today's topic on Trenton Talks can be heard every Tuesday night on 1300 WIMG at 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. and can be seen on WPHY 25. This is a service of WPHY Channel 25 and the Morris Broadcasting Company.